One of the most attractive things about Rannoch Moor is its extremely remote location. I'd had an absolutely superb day the day before, walking up some Munros, and we'd actually decided to take some time out because we're not getting any younger, and we chose the hotel at Rannoch on the basis that it was one of the more remote places that we could spend some chill out time and relax for a day or two. I got up in the morning and realised that I was having a lot of problem with pain in my chest. It gradually got worse and worse, and I realised that perhaps my day wasn't going to be the day I'd planned. I was actually going to have to go and try and find some medical attention. The mobile phone coverage in that area isn't very good. The contact that I made was by borrowing a satellite phone from the proprietor of the hotel. Well, from there it seemed to very rapidly events overtook me rather than I was in any way influencing them. Once you realise how serious it is, you start feeling, will I actually survive this? How will I get out? How will I get through it?
So with George, he was awake, he was talking to me, he was breathing, his pulse was regular. Quite quickly I went to do a 12-lead ECG to see if there were any changes, which there were. He had ST elevation, which indicates that he was having a heart attack.
The call comes in from our ambulance control centre, and we were given the information that a male with chest pains was in a remote location near to Kinloch Rannoch. We look at the mapping, we estimated the time and estimated the distance, had a quick discussion about where we were going to, which hospital we were going to transfer them to.
I can remember seeing it first appear, and then you realise that it really is the helicopter that's coming in your direction. And as you see it flying towards you down the valley, you really are beginning to feel extremely relieved. The air ambulance has only been going a very short period of time, but it's certainly, I'm living proof that it's there and it works. And it works in some of the remotest places. And you realise that in the worst case, if it hadn't existed, I simply wouldn't be here to make the interview.
Scotland's charity air ambulance delivers a vital frontline life-saving service in time-critical emergencies. Centrally located in the heart of Scotland at Perth Airport and funded only by charitable donations, SCAA supports Scotland's existing air ambulance service throughout Scotland.
It was 4 years ago that the original group of trustees highlighted the opportunity to improve the coverage of helicopter air ambulances in Scotland. There are 32 successfully funded charity air ambulances down in England and Wales, and prior to the 22nd of May when we launched, there were only 2 in Scotland. We believed that there was a very clear requirement to improve this, and that was the moment that what became Scotland's Charity Air Ambulance was born.
A team of 5 paramedics and 2 pilots work together to ensure Scotland's charity air ambulance is flexible, safe and responsive. In its first 12 weeks of operation, the service responded to more than 100 emergency call-outs.
Travelling by air brings with it speed. We fly at 145 miles an hour in a straight line. The incidents we attend are wide and varied. The majority of them so far have been trauma, cardiac or stroke. We've responded to a number of car accidents, motorcycle accidents, a number of equestrian accidents, and other ones, maybe youngsters going over the handlebars of bicycles, to agricultural accidents. So we've been tasked right over Scotland, pretty well anywhere south of Inverness, as far southwest as Dumfries and Galloway, and as far southeast as Dunbar.
Helimed 76 is staffed by a highly trained team of Scottish Ambulance Service paramedics.
I've been a paramedic 13 years, and here at Perth there's a crew of 5 of us working on the Bullough helicopter as the air crew. Basically the way I see my current role is still taking my existing clinical skills to whatever the scene may be, but just a different mode of transport.
Contracted in from Bond Air Services, SCAA's pilots are hugely experienced veterans of the air with nearly 50 years combined flying experience.
You're going out, you're helping people, and you see the direct effects really, some of the casualties, whereas some of the flying I've done before, transit flying or taking people from A to B, it's not, there's no real sense of achievement, whereas this you can actually see you're helping people.
Scotland's charity air ambulance is all about saving lives. To do this, it relies entirely on funding from trusts, foundations, corporate companies, and of course the public. Without these donations, the service could simply not exist. In 1 year alone, SCAA could touch 450 lives and many more indirectly via loved ones and colleagues who are affected by these rescues. But it's not just the paramedics and pilots that are heroes. SCAA has a network of volunteers across Scotland who work tirelessly to promote the charity, run fundraisers and raise the money needed to keep the helicopter in the air.
I think we both were at a time in our lives when we've both got some spare time on our hands, with Moira being part-time and me being retired. So we thought if we could pick a charity, picking one that's close to home as this would be ideal for us.
Really went across the spectrum, because basically any of us could need this service at any point, any time. We hope we never would.
We hope we never would, yeah.
But we're so glad it's there.
It's been so long since you come my way.
For SCAA to continue its vital work, we're appealing to you, the people of Scotland, to invest in the safety of your community, your friends, your family. You never know when you may need SCAA's help.
This is just the start. Won't get anywhere.
One man who has experienced firsthand the impact SCAA is making is George Lynch. Now fully recovered, George and his wife Sue have made the trip to Perth Airport to meet the team that saved his life.
Well, it's something that I've very much wanted to do, to meet up again with the crew that had actually come out to me that morning and find out more about the charity and see how things were actually going on, because it's still very much in its early days. So it's been an interesting trip for us.
As a token of thanks, George has decided to make a donation to ensure SCAA can help others just like him. Scotland's charity air ambulance is funded only by charitable donations. They are here for the people of Scotland and they need your help. They need it today so they can help you tomorrow.
This is just the start. Won't get anywhere if we don't believe it.